now that we've reached the end game and all we have left is the final quest, we can dive into the Peril on Gorgon DLC quests. You want to do the DLCs before you do this one if you have them. Otherwise, you have to redo the final mission to get the final story. So, I'm going to do them now. The ones who walk away from Gorgon. And I've never done now we're getting into new territory for me. I have never done the DLCs, and I have owned them for a long time. Peril on Gorgon. The Halcyon Parcel Service delivered a package for Alex Hawthorne. Since Hawthorne is out of the picture, the package is yours by law. Open the package. Hawthorne's package is in the unreliable cargo hold. It's in the unreliable cargo hold, not our good cargo hold. It's right here on the ground. There's a noise coming off of it. It's a hand clutching a device.
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better. But I landed on something big. And now this job's an itch I can't stop scratching. There's a whole research compound left to the Sprats. I think I'm close to figuring out why. But something dangerous is closer to me. Got the job through one Minnie Ambrose, top runger who just came into some money, was offering a hefty bid card for qualified help. Trust me, her money's good. Talk to Minnie. Take the job. If I ain't gonna live to see the payday, might as well be you. Consider us even, old pal.
Well, that fellow certainly seemed trustworthy.
I've gotten jobs from some unusual sources, but this is a first. Congratulations, Captain.
I don't mean to sound prim, Captain, but there's gotta be a better way to ask someone to do you a favor.
I just want to say, we gotta take this job. This is the closest I ever been to starring in a serial drama. Only thing we're missing is a couple cameras and a soundtrack.
At least this won't be boring.
So I was looking it up if that was Steve Blum, the voice actor of Tank Dempsey from COD Zombies. I didn't get down his DMB page enough to check. Ada, what the hell is going on?
Lucky Montoya owed Captain Hawthorne a considerable debt. I believe this is what humans refer to as payback. Captain, the message contains landing coordinates for a small asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. It was recently registered to a Minnie Ambrose.
Who is this guy, Ada?
He was an old friend of Alex Hawthorne's. Lucky Montoya had a statistically significant tendency to encounter situations of extreme danger.
Oh, really? I thought he lost his arm gambling.
He was also the fourth best paid freelancer in the system.
Only the fourth?
There are several hundred freelancers operating in Halcyon. Considering the numbers, Mr. Montoya ranked among the top percentile. This had less correlation with his measured aptitudes, which rank at or below average, than with a pattern of fortunate circumstances.
It is Steve Blum. Sorry. Took me a while to scroll down his IMDb page. You mean Luck?
Luck does not exist, Captain. Nevertheless, I am programmed to agree with your assessment. I have transferred the coordinates for Ambrose Manor to your navigation terminal. We can travel there when you are ready.
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better. But I landed on something big. And now this job's an itch I can't stop scratching. There's a whole research compound left of the Sprats. I think I'm close to figuring out why, but something dangerous is closer to me. Got the job through one Minnie Ambrose, top runger who just came into some money and was offering a hefty bid card for qualified help. Trust me, her money's good. Talk to Minnie. Take the job. If I ain't gonna live to see the payday, might as well be you. Consider us even, old pal.
Okay. Well, I took the hand back. Recharge him, buddy. Oh, hold on. Speak to Minnie Ambrose. A cryptic phonograph left by Lucky Montoya mentioned a high-stakes job and a wealthy client, Minnie Ambrose. Why is... These phonographs didn't exist until now. They were using, like, data pads. The job was dangerous enough to cost Lucky his arm, and possibly his life. I wonder if we will meet Lucky. Most likely not, huh? Did we ever go to Olympus? Because I know the other DLC's on Eridanos. Or Typhon. So Typhon and Olympus seem to be, unless these DLCs take you there, we never go there.
We arrived at Ambrose Manor. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Nope, that's the other
See you
one,
soon, Captain.
I believe. Make sure you guys got nothing to say about this.
I could probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern.
What are your thoughts on Gorgon?
It's a shame about what happened to that lucky fella. Maybe finishing what he started will help put his spirit to rest.
Like Vader. You've poked around the Unreliable. Ever find any record of Lucky?
Not a word. And I've been sticking my nose in every one of our stately ladies' crannies, stem to stern. Oh, law. That sounds untoward, don't it? That ain't what I meant. Point is, Captain, Mr. Hawthorne left all kinds of scribblings behind panels and under consoles, but ain't a lick of it mentioned Mr. Lucky. So whatever they got up to in the past must have been really extra secret. And lots of fun.
She's adorable. Let me know if you find anything.
Sure thing, Captain.
How are you feeling about this job right now?
It sure is lonely out here on the edge of the colony. Anything could happen, and ain't no one gonna come to help us.
Okay, well, that's all about Gorgon.
Alrighty. You change your mind, you just holler. You know, whoever wired this ship up had no idea what they were doing.
Well, we know it was Hawthorne, I believe. She gets 2 beds.
Something on your mind?
Let's talk about the Gorgon job.
If there's one thing you could say about Lucky Montoya, he was always at the center of a story. Guess this is fitting.
You knew Lucky?
Sure, like Ada said, he was a big name among freelancers. I met him at Lost Hope once. He was buying rounds for everyone and telling a story about one of his jobs. Pretty sure half of it was made up.
Why do you say that?
You ever get the feeling someone's just trying too hard?
This is in regards to her. I guess.
There was just something about Montoya I couldn't quite trust. He was always the center of a room, and he slapped a lot of backs to stay there.
So?
I'm trying to say that if he screwed this job up, that's on him. I still like our odds. He may have had a rep, but you're more capable than he ever was.
That's only because I've got a great crew by my side.
Yeah, well, just remember that when we get paid. What's on your mind?
Any idea what happened to Lucky?
From his arm? The decay makes it hard to tell. Could be a lot of things. Torn off by something with big teeth, torn off by something with big claws, torn off by someone with a moderately sharp blade. Or maybe he just got too close to heavy machinery.
Alright, it's enough about Gorgon.
Sure. Something on your mind?
It is in my pockets. No, I guess it's not. Okay. Oh, I didn't even see him.
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's occupying your thoughts?
Max, what's your take on this whole Gorgon business?
Perhaps it's just my judicious nature, but I think we should be careful if we're following up on this lucky fellow's message.
Why do you say that?
I've always felt caution as the best approach when one has delivered a message attached to a severed limb.
Noted. But what do you think of what he was saying?
He sounded lost, perhaps slightly untethered from reality. A feeling I know all too well. It doesn't strike me as a setup, but I still advise caution.
So you think we should look into it?
Why not? It is what we do, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess that is what we do. Let's talk about something else.
As always, I am at your disposal. What's occupying your thoughts? Perhaps it's just my judicious nature.
And we gets one line of dialogue about Gorgon. Sam?
Scanning for C2547. Grade rated contaminants.
You don't care.
Good to see you, boss.
Well, got a minute. I want to talk to you about this business on Gorgon.
So we just sat around a table talking about a severed arm. Of all the weird things that happened on this ship, that ranks somewhere in the middle.
What do you think of this Lucky Montoya guy?
You ever watch The Masked Marketeer?
I've been frozen for 70 years, Felix. It sounds familiar because he's mentioned it before.
Episode 5 of The Masked Marketeer. First appearance of a recurring villain. Big ol' galoot, built like one of those industrial-class garbage compressors. His name? Tiny.
I'm gonna let him keep talking.
Every adventure serial's gotta have a supporting character with an ironical name. It's a rule of the Genry. Masked Marketeer had a massive bruiser named Tiny, and we got ourselves a real unfortunate hullhead named Lucky. Coincidence? I think not.
Did he just say... Oh. He just said Ginry, and I can call him out on it. I can ruin his dreams by telling him it's just a TV show. Tell him he's on to something. You seem pretty excited about this job.
We're freelancers. We take any job we can get. But this one? The dying message of a stranger. A severed hand delivered in a crate. Let's just say it beats flying around the colony running errands. So, of course, I'm gonna be excited.
That Ginry, huh? Gotta hand it to you, Felix. You've got heart.
Hey, I get it. Gotta hand it to me. Severed hand. That's what you were going for, right? That wasn't what you were going for. Yep, I can tell by the way you're glaring at me.
They really just kind of reused Atten, didn't they? Wait, did Obsidian do KOTOR 2? They did. He's got very Atten Rand on him. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah, boss?
Bye.
Hey, Cap.
Let's talk about this Gorgon job.
Sure.
Sorry, I have to... My immaturity. A Gorgon job is when she turns you to stone, bro. Okay. How are you feeling about the job?
Right now, I'm feeling like a canid following a trail of treats. Like I'm being misled at best. At worst, walking into a trap. Keep those eyes open, Captain.
That's all for now.
Hey, Cap.
So it seems like they've really given more information to Felix and Parvati and Ellie. Robot companions never get any love, so...
Hey, Cap.
So I gotta re-skip through this.
I'm still not quite sure what to make of that Max fellow. Sometimes he reminds me of Anders, and the way he stares at things as if he's gonna dismantle them. Shit. Look at me dredging up bygone days. Forget I said anything.
Or I guess that's why, because it's... She has to cycle through my whole crew. Okay. Talk when you're ready.
I will.
So that's why it's not...
Hey, Cap.
That's why it's not disappearing. Because I think the last one she talked about was Parvati. Okay. So I'm going to take Felix with me. Do I take Ellie or Parvati? Obviously, I want to take Parvati. She's my favorite. I mean, I'm experiencing this for the first time. I'm taking Parvati. If I had already done this, then yeah, I would take somebody else. On Gorgon, it's always Adrena time. Oh, hello.
Welcome to Ambrose Manor. We were not expecting company. Please follow. Do not stray from the path.
Don't worry, little fella. We're mostly law-abiding folk.
But, oh.
You gotta admit, that was kind of funny.
Felix, what if it's hurt?
I chose the right two to bring with me. My dude, I hope you're okay. Well, you're making noise. You're making noise.
This unit expresses dismay.
Can I help you up? I can't help you up? Okay, sorry, I have to go around the landing zone. Landing pad. Oh, hey, hi.
Here they come!
Rabid sprats. Hold on. You know what I never use is my freaking hammer. Oh, hey, Felix. Thanks for helping out, buddy. Oh, did I put my hammer up? Oh, I guess I put the hammer up.
One down.
But, buddy, my guy. Are you good? Well, if we do, are you gonna help next time?
Nicely done.
Does he not have weapons? You do. It's a lot.
Bringing canned responses? How clumsy of this unit. These things have an old calamity.
If they would let me help you up, dude, I would. I'll also take you to my ship. If I could. Oh, datapad. And a kitchen key card. It's not stealing, so... Groundskeeper Journal Volume 1. Daily Routine. Sweep the Tranquility Garden for Miss Olivia. Oil the fish for Mr. Harvey. Repeat. When they hired me on as groundskeeper, I assumed there'd be grounds to keep. I'm not even allowed inside the manor. Everyone told me the Ambrose family keeps to themselves, but they're a bunch of hermits. Save for the little one. Guess I ought to find a hobby. Mr. Harvey dropped his key card in the pond. I'll hold on to it in case he ever comes looking, but I won't go near the house. Wouldn't want to get between Miss Olivia and her research. Okay, so Olivia's the mom, Harvey's the dad, Wilhelmina is the daughter. Oh, this is Bard. Shovel and a pickaxe. Glacial water.
Running diagnostic. Error. Diagnosing diagnostic.
I'm wondering if he's still around? The butler, I mean? Okay. Sorry, when I had a new place, so I'm exploring it when I should just be doing the quest and exploring later. Okay, that's what I'm gonna. I say that every time. I'm gonna do that. I'm going to just go to the. Okay, well, hold on. I have to look at the gardens. Tranquility Garden has been. Oh, what is dirt? Pick up a claw rake. Oh, it's not even unique. Is that supposed to be Iridanos? I'm guessing this is a constellation, but I just can't see it from where I'm standing.
Wow, Ambrose Manor. Hey, you think it's haunted? I bet it's haunted.
Big empty window like that? That's gotta be haunted. Oh, La, I'm getting goosebumps.
Bro, I hope so. I hope it's haunted. This is the Saltuna Pond. Oh, these are the fish that needed to be oiled up. Can't believe I've already broken the thing I said I wasn't gonna do. Okay. And there's one on this side too. All right, it's a small area. I'm good to go and get this stuff. Because that's not... Oh, I don't even get a map of the solar system. That's not the solar system, because they wouldn't all be on the same rung. All right. We've checked the entire outside, excluding inside of the guy's barred off room. Okay, we didn't check the entire outside because there's a freaking gigantic porch. Knocked over chair, knocked over chair, knocked over plants. A lot of stuff knocked over. So I'm guessing no, the man is not still here. I don't even know if it was a man, because I don't remember if it gave us a name. No.
This place looks kind of sad. Like it's been waiting for someone to make a home out of it.
It's so empty. Oh, Captain, something here don't feel right.
Can we get this place as a player home? That'd be freaking sweet. Oh, if I brought Sam in here, he would be having a field day. Cannot talk to you. That door doesn't open. Spacer's choice. Some fine china. Some Spacer's choice fine china. Oh, wait. What the? Who are you? You the dad? Oh, there's a kitchen right here. Domestic automechanical routines, logs. Recent activity. Event ID, I'm not going to read all those. User Ambrose, Wilhelmina Ambrose, attempted to log into system. Final attempt failed, locking terminal for 5 days. Are these... Oh, so these are all of her attempts. So, Wilhelmina attempted to log in, 1 try remaining, 2 tries remaining. Routine maintenance, Olivia, activated dinner time protocol, meal was woolly loaf. Harvey activated dinner time protocol, meal was tripicale salad. And Olivia activated dinner time protocol, meal was Borstwurst. Corruption detected, no more other things. Pantry list. Pantry stock. Last automated check was null date defined. Saltuna fillets, stock is spoiled. Woolly cow steak and the mock apples are also spoiled. The Borston beans, 13 cans. The mock apple shake, I thought it said steak, 9 bottles remain. Okay. And we do have the key to that. Before we go in, okay. Death certificate for Olivia Ambrose. To Miss Wilhelmina Ambrose. This certificate affirms that you are the sole inheritor of the Ambrose estate, having drafted, filed, indexed, stamped, and unstamped the necessary forms to declare your mother legally deceased. Congratulations and condolences. The fuck? This has been a long time coming. Even without access to your full inheritance, you have grown the Ambrose fortunes beyond this firm's wildest dreams. Bailey Clark, estate manager. Okay. So her mother is dead, and I'm guessing if she's getting the inheritance, her father is also dead. Some woolly curds. Pancake mix. Bunch of iceberg whiskey. It's a lot of leaking water. Tiny little door.
I had a nightmare about this sort of thing once. Crawling around on my hands and knees inside a mansion, I mean.
Oh my law, this is just like that episode of Virginia Yang, Girl Detective, where the old fella dies and his nurse inherits his house. What if we find a body?
It did make a dramatic sting, so... What was that about? Okay, so that was the father downstairs, because I think that's the father, the mother, and that's going to be Wilhelmina? Guess we'll find out. Black hair. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, is there anything in here worth it? No. Okay, so it doesn't matter then. Master bedroom keycard. Again, nothing is counting as stealing. It's so odd that you can see that much stuff on that planet. Or not planet, that asteroid. That asteroid. Oh, Max was here. They have one of those druggy things. The incense thing. I don't know why I said druggy things. It's a pocket watch. And a bracelet. Are they junk items, or are they items for my... Corporation award or service award? That's a junk item. Personal terminal for Dr. Olivia Ambrose. Along that wilderness of glass, no swellings tell that winds may be. Upon some far-off happier sea, no hearings hint that winds have been. On seas less hideously serene. EAP. I'm supposed to know who that is? Main menu. Let's go ahead and log in as Olivia. My logs. Displaying 5 total entries. Oh, if I had a hack of higher. still need a 95? That's a mind thing, so that's body attributes. It still only puts my hack up to 84. Wait, why is my hack only at 80 and not at 100? Was it Vicar? Having Vicar with me that made it go? Oh, it's fine. We'll grab him if we need to. February 1st, 2324. You sure I'm going to read these in order? I am. This morning I gave birth to a healthy child. Perhaps that's a strange distinction to call her healthy, but after all I've endured to finally meet her, it matters. That she exists at all, against the odds, matters. I will call her Wilhelmina, after my late brother Wilhelm. I hope the law is kinder to her than it was to him. I hope for many things, truthfully. That she be smart and shrewd. That she be strong, relentless, undeniable. Most of all, I hope for her a steel spine, that she does not bend when Halcyon would break her. That she should be stronger than I. March 17th, 2324. I must find Minnie a wet nurse. She demands to be fed throughout the day and night, and I simply cannot get a single thing done. The nurse will need to be exceptionally smart, educated, of means. Minnie must have the best start if she's going to survive the pit of vipers that is the Byzantine elite. Then there is the matter of a governess. I can't watch the child constantly. Not if I'm to do my work. How soon must I begin looking? Naturally, she'll have to be exceptional as well. And exceptional Byzantines don't exactly grow on trees. I will persuade Harvey to investigate this for me. The man has little else to do, because only one member of the family can do something. Well, at least I guess if you're rich. Otherwise, he would just be shipped off to work somewhere else. So because she's such a high-ranking person, her husband's allowed to be not contributing to Halcyon. November 22nd, 2329. I don't understand how anyone of ambition has time to keep a journal. I certainly don't. Yet here I am, indulging myself. Minnie's influence, no doubt. Her behavior concerns me. She's clingy, emotional. At 5, she should be starting to show some personality, not crying for her mother when I leave for another stint on Gorgon. Great mother. This must be the fault of Mary, her governess, as Minnie certainly didn't learn this behavior from me. She didn't learn shit from you. I'll have to fire the woman. It's clear she's not capable of instilling in Minnie a correct understanding of how to behave. Harvey despairs of ever finding a governess who meets my preposterous standards. He and I went in circles on the issue for hours, but he came around to my thinking eventually. No, he just got tired of your insufferableness. Why shouldn't I want what's best for my daughter? Maybe I'll fire him too. Oh, lovely, lovely woman. June 5th, 2337. I'm at my wit's end with Minnie. At 13, she should have already mastered basic chemistry, physics, and mathematics. But she can barely handle long division. She struggles to remember the simplest equations and formulas, no matter how many times her governess raps her knuckles. By the time I was her age, I'd already made dynamite in my grandfather's laboratory. Great. The only thing Minnie's making explode is my head. I really wish she would. Her father asked me why we don't just send her to boarding school, but I abhor the thought of her surrounded by those coddled idiots. More alarming still, she's begun to show an interest in romance serials and painting. Oh no, the arts. She may have a strong grasp of color theory, and she shows some promise with watercolors, but surely that's the result of her education in spectroscopy. Not any innate skill. What value has art anyway? She gave me a truly dreadful painting of Francis this morning, and I haven't a clue what to do with it. Perhaps I'll stuff it in my desk. Who's Francis? We'll have a good laugh over it when she's grown and finally comes to her senses. This reminds me of a student worker that worked with us. And so there's, what's it called? There's STEM, right? Science, technology, is it environment? And math? And then there was another one that added an A to it, and I assumed it was agriculture, and the student got mad at me for not thinking of arts first. And that's because schools abandoned the arts first. So why would it be for the arts in my mind? And look, my major was English literature. That's part of the arts. And the student got so mad because it was like I was insulting them, and I was like, no. Schools always abandon arts first, so I don't expect them to include arts in programs because they don't care about them. They don't make the money. If, like, obviously, yes, I would say I'm all for an arts program. Schools just don't care about them. And yeah, that just reminded me of that student getting mad at me and making a much bigger deal out of it, like it's my fault that schools do that, and it's not. If I have no say in the matter. April 28th, 2348. Another name drop right here. Now we've got a Lucian. Lucian appeared at the manor this morning. I thought him here for me to finally wring my neck after our latest tiff, but no, it was much worse than that. He'd come to speak to Minnie. No need to guess why. She's taken it upon herself to manage the household these last few years, since neither her father nor I have the time, or frankly, inclination. Under her watch, the staff's productivity has increased 35%, while reducing our costs an astonishing 67%. We've saved tens of thousands of bits. Harvey tipped Lucian off, I expect. Now he wants to bring her on to help manage the Gorgon facilities, which I refused over Winnie's vociferous protestations. So I'm expecting her to use words but pronounce them more annoyingly. So I got a little tripped up. She cried after he'd left. I only wish that I could tell her why. So she doesn't want her daughter working here for Gorgon. Which means it's a terrible place. If your mother doesn't want you working there and she works there, it's probably a shitty place to work. Winnie. Search continues. Not Winnie, it's Minnie. Wilhelmina, but it's Minnie. I take from these entries that Mother was severe with her editorial pen. This is but one version of her, carefully curated, and not the one I wanted to find. Where is her unvarnished stream of consciousness? Where is her spontaneous brilliance? The search continues. My efforts will inevitably steer me to Gorgon. What then, Minnie? What then? Neighbor's dog is barking. Okay. Oh, that's the reflection. So I'm gonna have to run back and get Vicar because I don't have anything on me that can boost my hack. It's gonna probably be very annoying to all of you watching this because I'm gonna get Vicar, hack the terminal, and then go back after reading the terminal to put Vicar away. Which is why you need to have the ability to swap your party. Like, they worked on KOTOR 2. You could swap your party. Oh, I realized I probably could have just fast traveled back to my No, I couldn't.
Weary, are you upside down?
No, that's you. Yeah, you could swap your party members while not on the ship. In the KOTOR games. And I loved that. Every party system thing should have that ability. At least.
Dead center.
If it's a space thing, hold on. I just want to see if I have any armor stored. It's a tech skill, right? Or no, tech is like... No, yeah, it should be tech skill. So that'll give me plus 10.
Yes, this'll about do. That's a mighty clean weapon. Yep, ain't no call.
I don't think anything gives specifically hack. Nothing beating a 5. This does hack. And it only weighs a pound. And this does hack. No, never mind. That was just the original thing. Not updating.
Closer inspection by anybody.
Okay. So... No, it's stealth. Duh. That's what I was thinking it was originally, and I didn't... Because of course it is. Okay, but I want a piece of clothing that's stealth. Like that. It's plus 5. Sublight 1 is not stealth. Okay. I knew it was stealth. Why did I not just go with that? No, that's sneak. Telling me not a single helmet I have is stealth? So what do I not need? Oh, Oh, it's fine. That helmet I grabbed had hack on it.
Captain Hawthorne, you...
Yes, yes, you used to be more dashing. None of this is stealth, right?
used to be more dashing.
Okay. So what do these put me at? 115. So I don't need to get Vicar out then. Okay. Then I don't have to run back here to put him up. Because I'm keeping Parvati and Felix. Like, I want to use the ones that are...
Remember, this unit as it was.
that are going to have conversations here. And I do feel like Parvati's going to, because she was the fan favorite. Felix might have been a fan favorite. And then Ellie's the one on the box, so they obviously have to throw her in there. Let's look at the deleted logs. October 14th, 2348. How did I raise such a willful daughter? She's no longer requesting to join the project, but demanding. I'm ready. I can help you. It's what I want. This is exactly what she wanted from her daughter. And now she's all mad about it. She doesn't know what she's asking. Gorgon is not safe. Compound X is in the air. It's infected the water and the food. It's no longer just the test subjects and the laboratory techs in danger now. Even the general staff are beginning to feel its effects. Even I feel it. Oh no, you're going crazy? I'm tied up in knots. I know what I must do. The only way I can persuade her away, but it'll kill me to do it. Minnie, I'll say, you just don't have what it takes. You're too shallow, too simple, too weak. She'll hate me for it. I'm sure it will destroy her, but it will work. She'll be safe. And that's all I care about. Wow. In the end, once her daughter reached 18 at least, she started to care. I'm sure I could do the math, but I'm just going with adulthood, which is 18. January 3rd, 2350. Harvey is gone. His body's still alive, but the man I married is dead. Okay, so it turns people into zombies, whatever this chemical X is. He broke into my office and stole the last of my release candidate ampules. Busted the door to splinters in his withdrawal fury. I had chartered a shuttle to bring him to the facility for medical care. Even convinced Priyantha to oversee the transfer. He didn't want to. Was worried it wasn't safe, but I begged him. Harvey killed the shuttle crew. Okay. Priyantha too. But the shuttle wouldn't take off without its pilot, and I couldn't stop his raging. So I left the ship on the landing pad for days. Watched him tear it to pieces with his bare hands. He lost a lot of blood. I brought him inside once he'd finally passed out and shoved him in a stasis solution tube. My work did this to him. Mine. Me. I did this. I'll tell Lucian. Surely now he'll delay the release. Surely after this. Oh man. He's not gonna. Hate to tell you that. If he's working for the board, it's all about selling things. He's gonna do it. I'm guessing, is this where she locked him in? I don't know what this room's supposed to be. No, she said she put him in a stasis tube. Okay, this is Wilhelmina's bedroom. Hey, this could work out, right? No, that was a bathroom. Oh, I was gonna say bedroom 1, but that's an office. Because I have 6 companions. They could each have their own room, but never mind. A rocking horse? Goodbye letter. Dearest mother and father, I've paced the halls of this gilded cage long enough. Since you won't permit me to help the family business, I'm leaving to start a business of my own. Am I too young for such ambitions? Perhaps. But that is the risk you take when you fashion a daughter in your image. Byzantium will welcome me with open arms. Won't that be a new sensation? If I ever return, it'll be to claim my rightful spot at the head of this family. Minnie. Bypass shunt. Necklace, which I believe is a junk item. Music box, which is a junk item. This bed is tiny. Earrings. Let's go into the master bedroom. That's where the magic happens. Is it just me, or these beds not feel like, looking at Parvati and looking at that bed? Her parents shared this bed? Those pillows also look terrible. Oh, that's a handprint. Doctor's orders.
Dear Wilhelmina, I hope this letter finds you well. No, it's too stilted. It sounds like I'm writing to request a loan. Dearest Wilhelmina, I regret to tell you... Law, no, that's worse. When have I ever called her dearest? She's my daughter. This should be easy. How can a mother not know how to talk to her own daughter? My love, I can no longer... For your safety, I must... Oh, hell. Even if she despises me for what I had to do, I should still be able to say goodbye. Minnie, I have to leave, and I don't intend to come back. I love you. I'm so sorry.
It's a little late, I'm guessing, but alright. Doctor's orders. New unique pistol. We'll save that for Ellie. Grows in power the closer you are to death. Just like a real doctor. What? Okay. Oh, I didn't even notice there was an M up there. For Minnie. Wouldn't it just be a W? Minnie's her nickname. Her real name is Wilhelmina.
Apparently not. Oh, join me for a drink, Mr. Whoever you are.
Really could have upped the audio. She was talking and I didn't even notice it.
So who the devil are you?
Okay, you don't have black hair. Your eyebrows are very crazy. You have green hair. Remind me. No, it's Orion, captain of the Unreliable.
You don't say. Well, make yourself at home, Captain. I'm sure we have much to discuss. Do you see that glowing chunk of space rock? That's Gorgon. My birthright, my burden, and the bane of my existence. I hate to drink alone, and this is my third. So join me in raising a glass to Gorgon.
And you gave me whiskey. Gyros, give a solemn toast. Give a cheerful toast.
To Gorgon. May cosmic winds shepherd her to the nearest star. I'm Wilhelmina Ambrose, but you can keep it short and call me Minnie.
Nice to meet you too. Wow.
Now, what brings you to my house, handsome? I take it you didn't come all this way for the beverages, the starry skies, or the pleasant company.
Felix, you now have another girl that you're after. I mean, I'm here about a severed arm.
A severed arm? How positively ghoulish. You know this is a private residence, not a curio shop?
Well, does the name Lucky Montoya mean anything to you?
Lucky Montoya is my personal freelancer. Fascinating man. Very brooding and theatrical. Always staring into space and twirling a bullet over his knuckles.
I could do that. The staring into space part, I mean. I'm still working on the bullet twirling thing.
But if something happened to him... Oh dear. I suppose that makes him my former freelancer now?
Okay, well. What's his arm doing in my ship?
I sent Lucky on a dangerous mission to the Gorgon asteroid. Whoever found his remains must have wanted to inform the next of kin. What a time for his luck to run out. We were in the middle of something grand, and I really can't afford another setback.
I don't have any intelligence, so... What were you two doing?
Settling an old score. How would you like to be my new freelancer? There's been a recent vacancy, and I think you're well suited to the job.
I could get used to people offering us a job at first glance. Usually they just squint at us all suspicious-like. Or reach for a pistol.
You offer work to everyone who breaks into your home? Must be some kind of Byzantine tradition I ain't know about.
I'm looking for someone rough around the edges. A gorgeous, dashing scoundrel type. Incidentally, someone good with their hands.
I should have brought Ellie, huh? Because Ellie is from Byzantium. Do I put up Parvati and travel with Ellie and Felix? No. Are you seriously offering me the dead guy's job?
I don't think he'll mind if that's your concern.
Okay. Well, how likely am I to end up like your old freelancer?
The man lost an arm. What are the odds of that happening twice? Of course, Gorgon is a treacherous place, and my own family's involvement with it has been fraught. Allow me to lay out the facts, and you can decide for yourself if you want to be my chief investigator. My mother, Dr. Olivia Ambrose, worked for Spacer's Choice at the Gorgon Research Facility. She was brilliant, the top scientist in her field, until tragedy struck.
Spacer's Choice would never let anything bad happen. Now, go on.
One day, Spacer's Choice shut down all research and evacuated Gorgon. Everyone had to scramble or risk getting left behind. It was chaos. Employees fled for their lives. Mother never made it home. I'm told she wasn't the only casualty that fateful day.
It must have been real hard on you, losing your mother all of a sudden like that. I'm sorry to hear it, ma'am.
Thank you. Ambrose ladies are supposed to be resilient to the unexpected, but this was especially hard on me. Mother's name has since been dragged through the mud. Spacer's Choice blames her for the collapse of Project Gorgon, and I just know they're lying.
Why would they lie?
Why, indeed? To cover up their crimes? To discredit someone who knew too much? I'm hoping you can find out for me. Mother would not have allowed Project Gorgon to fail. Something happened on that asteroid, and my family took the fall for it.
I mean, from what I've read, your mother created whatever this was. Tell me about your mother.
I admired Mother, but we weren't close. She disapproved of everything about me, really. I couldn't measure up to her example. She didn't make time for us. I remember thinking that she never wanted a child, and never forgave me for being one, naive and irresponsible as I was.
Is that why you had her declared legally dead? So we get this option because we picked up the document on the table.
I see you got a head start on the investigation. Exploring my home, reading my documents. What else, I wonder? You're very good at this, Captain. I had my reasons for that legal formality. If you're interested in the job, you might just find out why.
Did you two ever get along?
We got close once. When I was a child, I enjoyed looking over Mother's shoulder, playing backseat chemist while she peered into a microscope. One day, she told me to leave before I broke something. Then, I got mad and broke something. Typical night in the Ambrose house.
Oh, that hurts my heart to hear, ma'am. My dad was real dedicated to his work, too, but he always let me help. Made me feel, I don't know, special. Like I had something to offer. I wish you could have had that with your mother.
Mother and Gorgon were made for each other. I had the misfortune to be stuck in the middle.
Okay, what do you think happened on Gorgon?
I don't know. And Spacer's Choice won't say. They don't discuss anything that tarnishes their brand. Gorgon has a dark history. The project fell apart. Personnel were shuffled across the system. With Mother gone, now I'm all that's left.
Where's your father during all of this?
Father lost more than his job on Gorgon. I'll say no more than that. The asteroid may look like a glittering jewel, but I assure you the resemblance ends there. Gorgon is poisonous to the core. One might even say cursed. I need your help, Captain. Project Gorgon killed Mother and disgraced the Ambrose name, and no one has been held accountable. Spacer's Choice buried the past like a dirty secret.
Okay. And you're interested in justice, revenge, or both?
Neither. It's vindication I want. Whatever happened on Gorgon wasn't Mother's fault. I simply need the evidence to prove it. We're going to drag the truth kicking and screaming into the light. Even if it means bringing ruin and humiliation to Spacer's Choice. All the evidence I need should be in Mother's journal. You can find it in her office on Gorgon, in the heart of the old research facility.
I mean, first I got some questions about the job.
I'm not surprised. Between the family drama and the corporate conspiracy, it must feel like you've stepped on a landmine. Speak freely, Captain.
What good is your mother's journal to you now?
I suspect it will prove that corporate greed and incompetence were to blame for the calamity at Gorgon, and not Mother. Mother was a brilliant woman. Difficult, cold, unreachable even, but brilliant.
Well, we already know the corporations kind of suck, but... What if you're wrong?
Then my family's disgrace, our curse, will be absolute. This is my last hope of redeeming the Ambrose name. I don't like my chances, but I have to try. And I need help. Your help.
Why did you wait before starting the investigation?
I didn't want to go anywhere near Gorgon. Once I exhausted all my options, the search led me back here. I even had Mother declared legally dead. Would you believe it took 5 years to process the paperwork?
Yeah. Oh, we got a persuade of 100. Does her being legally dead help you somehow?
It isn't as bad as you make it sound, but technically, yes. Mother's body is still on Gorgon. No body means no death certificate, which means no inheritance. I killed Mother, just on paper, of course, so I could claim my inheritance. We wouldn't be standing here if I didn't have access to the family fortune. I once assumed the mansion and the money would be enough to redeem the Ambrose name. But even in Byzantium, prestige must be earned, and it can so easily be lost.
Okay, we got another persuasion check. Are you saying you just want to break into high society?
Break back into high society, yes.
Okay, I thought you were trying to vindicate your mother.
I'm trying to do several things at once. None of them easy. The smear campaign against Mother was the work of cowards. I'm vindicating the family name for her, for the colony, and for my future.
Okay. What do you stand to gain?
Everything that Mother lost. This colony is in trouble. The lunatics at Spacer's Choice are running the asylum, and we need better people to wield their influence. After Gorgon, I quickly discovered that the Ambrose name was cursed, for lack of a better term. I had no place among the decision makers. No seat at the table. That is why I'm clearing the record and vindicating the Ambrose line. For Mother, for me, and for the generations who will one day inherit Halcyon.
Okay. What you propose could put us both in danger? No. Do you think your plan will work?
I know it will.
Okay, great. How did this investigation get Lucky killed?
You know as much as I do, I'm afraid. Spacer's Choice abandoned Gorgon, but the asteroid is far from unoccupied. Between the marauders, the wildlife, and whatever escaped the labs, danger abounds.
What kinds of wildlife are we talking about?
Your guess is as good as mine. I know that Spacer's Choice bred canids, especially for Gorgon. They were supposed to act as living cattle prods. By now, they've probably gone feral. Just watch yourself. If you aren't careful, you stand to lose more than an arm. I believe that covers it all. Are you ready to get started? We mustn't allow the trail to get cold.
She kind of looks psychotic. Well, if it helps you get some closure, I'll find the journal.
You do all that for me? I was hoping you'd take the job, but I didn't expect you to care.
I mean, it's just a compassionate thing to say, I guess. Yeah, spooky asteroid, dangerous mission. I'm not gonna miss this out. I'll miss out on this fun.
I admire your enthusiasm. This manor has echoed with my ennui, and I can feel you breathing new life into the walls. When you reach Gorgon, pack a weapon you trust. The corporate lockdown hasn't stopped the wilderness from squirming in through the cracks.
What can I expect to face on Gorgon?
I've never understood why, but Gorgon is teeming with marauders. They almost seem drawn to sorrow and misfortune. Then there's the test subjects, those who survived anyway. Ravenous creatures left behind like so much salvage.
Well, unfortunately, one of the loading screens mentions Gorgon as being the birthplace of Adreno time, and we know from the very beginning of the game, it was Constable Reyes or that other person mentioned that Adreno time addiction leads to becoming marauders? So that's probably why there's so many marauders. What did you tell Lucky about this job?
I told him everything I've told you. Just the facts. Maybe a couple of harmless embellishments. Why?
Just trying to calculate my odds on not getting killed, or on getting killed.
It's sure to be 100% with that attitude. Still, you're smart to ask. Lucky spent most of our time together spinning a pistol around his index finger. Not sure he listened to any of my advice. But you won't let me down, will you, Captain?
No, I'll be careful.
There's a little saloon near Gorgon's landing pad, the Sprat Shack. Lucky was renting a room, so if you want to follow his trail, that would be the place to start.
The Sprat Shack? Hope they don't serve real sprats. There's a sprat worst place on the Groundbreaker. Tried it once, and I was sick for a week.
Oh, you think maybe they got a little mascot? Like a sprat in a tiny hat?
Just so we understand each other, money is no object. I'm willing to squander the family fortune if you get me what I want. Between your payment and any salvage you happen across, you'll walk away from this rich enough to buy a mansion of your own. How does that sound?
Can I just have yours? Oh, what's the catch? There's always a catch.
The catch? No one's ever done this before, and the only person who tried is a corpse. Believe me, that's enough. Here's your nav key, Captain. Safe travels.
We're still on this quest. It's a long one. We're an hour in because there's just a lot of talking. Maybe you don't need to hear this from me, but I'm sorry about your mother.
Spacer's Choice should be the one apologizing, but thank you. Sincerely. A word of advice before you go, Captain. Trust no one. Mother's office is in the heart of the Gorgon facility. You're free to salvage anything that isn't nailed down. I only want what's mine.
Mysterious heiress, unexpected gainful employment. It's like something out of a detective serial.
Hey boss, what's our policy on getting to know our clients a little better? You think she'd appreciate some company?
Nah, man, go ahead. Talk to her, Felix. You won't know unless you try.
All right. I can do this. Here goes. Miss Ambrose? Must get awful lonesome up here all by yourself. What do you do for fun? Because if you're interested, I've got the full set of Terror on Monarch.
The last thing I need in my life is more corporate propaganda masquerading as entertainment.
I can tell her he's flirting. I can give Felix time off to stay and let them watch it, or I can listen to this conversation. When I did Parvati's, I think I listened to the conversation.
I think that came off a bit harsher than I intended. You seem very nice, and very pretty, but I'm not ready to invite anyone into this mansion long-term, or even short-term.
Hey, no problem. I figured it was worth a shot at least.
That took a lot of guts, Felix.
Hey, thanks. I probably should have written down what I was going to say on my hand. That usually works.
Okay.
Yeah, boss? There's something kind of sad about Ambrose Manor.
So, Minnie
Ambrose. She's like something out of the pictures. The way she talks, the way she holds that whiskey glass. She's got, presence. And charisma.
I'm a fan of when she shot you down. Why don't you ever talk to me that way? I've got presence and charisma. No, look, I thought you hated everything that came out of Byzantium.
That ain't a fact. Ellie's from Byzantium, and we get on just fine. Miss Ambrose ain't living in Byzantium anymore. She made her home about as far away from that place as you can get. That's gotta count for something, right? Hey, by the way, I wanted to ask you about this journal we're hunting down. What do you think is in it? Corporate secrets? Map to some buried treasure, maybe? The last will and testament of Miss Ambrose's late mother?
It's probably something stupid. Oh, man. A callback. It'll be written in French, and she's gonna lose her mind. That's a callback to the vicar. Okay. Why not all three?
That's what I like about you, boss. You got a real positive attitude. I guess whatever's in those pages, it's for Miss Ambrose to find out. I just hope she gets some closure.
Okay. So, before I talk to my other companions about Winnie, I kind of have an issue with this. Winnie is just Ellie. They just reused Ellie. The entire concept of Ellie. A rich Byzantian person who doesn't get along with her parents, who's very, you know, like, you see it, right? Her entire personality and everything about her. Don't trust anyone, yada yada. Like, she's just a second Ellie. Just a little disappointing to just have them reuse the entire personality and backstory of a character. We couldn't even talk to her about the terminal entries. But we probably can if I re-talk to her.
Yeah, huh?
Your thoughts?
I hope we can help Miss Minnie uncover what happened to her mother. I wouldn't wish the pain of not knowing on hardly anyone. I don't want to be mean, Captain, but I can't help wondering if Miss Minnie is telling us the whole story about Gorgon. Her mother worked there for years and years, and she doesn't know hardly the first thing about it? It seems fishy. And in the serials, mystery's always got a twist.
What do you think this one's gonna be?
Well, Virginia Yang, that girl detective, she'd say to check your theories at the door. Just look at the facts and follow the clues. Me? I just want to fix what's been broke.
Okay, well, I think I've already called it. She looks nothing like the woman in this painting. Because that model looks like a character model for the game. The man, it's hard to see, but if they put the effort in making her look like a character model from the game, they would have taken the time for her as well. I guess she does kind of have black hair? But there's a chance that she's not actually Wilhelmina.
Forgive the mess. I'm still unpacking and everything's covered in dust.
Tell me about that note you left in your bedroom.
Someone's been snooping around. Not that I mind. It reminds me why I hired you in the first place. For your keen eyes and scandalous disregard for privacy. When I left home, I wanted Mother and Father to know the conditions of my return. I would stroll through the entrance with my head held high, or not at all. I left this place with every intention of returning once the time was right.
Did you enjoy Byzantium?
When I arrived, I was the toast of the town. All fought for the honor of lighting my cigarettes. The attention was sublime. I opened a small firm to help young, impressionable heirs manage their family wealth. Business was good. For a while.
What happened to your business?
Gorgon happened. With Mother's downfall, so too fell my influence in society. I sold the business at a loss. Then I hatched a plan to restore the family name. That plan, as you're now well aware, is still in motion.
Okay. So the house was empty when you returned? Because we know there's supposed to be a guy here. Or a person.
Yes. That wasn't part of the plan. Fall of Gorgon accelerated my schedule. I thought I would find success in Byzantium. Instead, I must look for redemption back where I began. Here, in these vacant halls.
That's all I wanted to know, thanks.
You reminded me of better times. I should be thanking you.
Even better times, you hated your family. I had questions about your family.
The Ambrose family comes from old Earth money. We were pioneers, inventors, and chimerists. Always at the top of our field, never lagging behind. If there's anything else you'd like to know, speak on.
Your mother left an unfinished goodbye recording in the master bedroom.
A goodbye recording? I don't understand.
She would have listened to this because she logged into her mother's computer. The master bedroom key was on the table next to the computer. I find it highly unlikely she didn't listen to it. You knew her better than anyone. Why would she leave this message?
Mother was logical. She wouldn't have recorded anything for sentimental value alone. No, there's more to this. Mother left that phonograph because she knew something awful might happen to her. She knew Spacer's Choice wanted her silence.
Could she be trying to warn you?
It's possible. But in the end, she never found the words. We have to find that journal, Captain. And when we do, Spacer's Choice will rue the day they crossed my family.
I read your mother's terminal. Her logs were interesting.
Ah, yes. I've scanned her old logs. But I'm afraid they haven't given up anything I didn't already know or suspect. If you have any questions, you can trust me to answer them. I gain nothing by leaving you in the dark.
You just told me to not trust anyone. Who's Lucian? Your mother didn't seem to approve of him.
Lucian was Mother's point of contact at Spacer's Choice. I'd call him high-ranking, but I don't think his job had a rank in the traditional sense. He once tried to recruit me to work on Gorgon, but of course Mother wouldn't hear of it. I never forgave her for that.
Why didn't Spacer's Choice overrule her?
And risk losing one of the colony's greatest minds to Auntie Cleo? I think not. No. In their estimate, I'm certain Mother was worth 10 of me. They did the math, and I came up short.
Okay. What did they want you to do on Gorgon?
A little bit of everything, I suppose. Manage personnel, keep an eye on budgets, see that goals and expectations were well defined. Chemistry may be my passion, but Spacer's Choice recognized my knack for administration. I would have taken the job and perhaps even enjoyed it.
Okay. Back to the topic at hand.
Did anything else in Mother's terminal glue your eyes to the screen?
Something drove your father mad. Olivia put him into hibernation.
I so wanted to avoid opening that wound. But now here we are. Father was exposed to some of Gorgon's more caustic chemicals. I don't know how, but I suspect that Mother brought her work home.
Where is he now?
I don't know. It's possible that Mother carted him off to Gorgon for her studies. That, or she killed him and buried him under the floorboards, or bricked him behind a wall. I wouldn't put anything past Olivia Ambrose.
She loves her some Edgar Allan Poe. Don't you care about what happened to him?
He never defended me against Mother. Never even tried to challenge her authority. Of course I care. I adored my father. But what's done is done. There's no two ways about it. Mother was vicious. And that's saying something in Halcyon.
I thought she read the terminal entries, because we did, and he did fight for her to get that job. He's the one who recommended her to Lucian. Or Lucian. So, that's a bit odd that she didn't get that. Any chance that you were exposed to the same chemicals?
By that point, I was already living at Byzantium, trying to get out from under my family's shadow. You're very kind to consider my well-being, but if I'd been exposed, we'd be having a very different conversation.
Okay, back to your mother's terminal.
Yes?
You never mentioned that you enjoy painting. I mean, we've just met, but yeah, you never told us.
Of all the intrigue and mystery surrounding my household, that is what interests you. I do enjoy painting. I haven't indulged in some time, but it's a pleasant enough diversion.
Is this all red herring? The fact that she loves paintings, the fact that she doesn't match the woman in the painting on the wall. Maybe I'm wrong and she's not a fake Wilhelmina? I don't know, man. Because, yeah, it could just be a red herring. They're mentioning painting so much. Like, they're telling you, look at the painting. Look at the painting. That's not her in the painting. And then she ends up being actually Wilhelmina. What would you call your style? Surreal? Expressionistic?
I honestly don't think I've been at it long enough to have a style. Painting is something I enjoy on the side, not something I chase to perfection. We Ambrose ladies have a way of ruining the things we love by committing ourselves to them.
What's your favorite painting?
I've always been partial to Truth Emerging from the Well to Shame Mankind by Jerome. That painting speaks to me. It shows how nothing stays hidden for long.
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing.
Your curiosity is charming, but do remember to focus on the job at hand.
That's all about the terminal. Let's talk about something else.
You do that. And thanks for your attention to detail.
Well, you come from a talented heritage. What interests you?
If Mother and I shared anything, it was our love of chemistry. Chemistry is a desire to understand matter, the very foundation of our existence. What Ambrose could ignore such a tempting lure?
I thought you were terrible at chemistry according to the terminal. That's all for now. Back to my other questions.
Yes?
Let's talk about the job.
Ask anything you like, Captain. It's nice to have a competent partner for a change.
Is there anything you aren't telling me?
I've told you everything I know. I trust you to investigate Gorgon and draw your own conclusions. If you can think of anything specific, all you have to do is ask.
Okay. We'll come back to this if I think of anything else.
Of course, my dear Captain. I look forward to it.
This house has seen better days.
Regrettable, I know. We used to have a staff to maintain the grounds. Not just auto mechanicals either. Real people doing real work.
Can you explain the fake fish in the fake pond?
Father loved his salt tuna. He was an avid fisherman, you know. But that was long ago. When they moved here from Byzantium, Mother told me he was heartbroken to learn there was no sport. So she bought him a pond for his sad, lonely amusement.
Do you visit the rock garden much?
Not as much as I used to. Who has time to slow their thoughts and bask in tranquility? I prefer staring out the window of my drawing room, brooding on matters outside of my control.
What's with the Moon Man statue in your foyer?
Hideous, isn't it? I've been meaning to have that thing removed. Maybe jettisoned into the sun. Spacer's Choice agreed to double Mother's research budget if she subjected her family to product placement. I swear those eyes follow me wherever I go.
Can I have it? Couldn't you hire on a new staff?
It's hard to find good help. and I'm not quick to trust anyone who'd work for me. Present company excluded. I can worry about upkeep once my family name is restored. Until then, this manor is a base of operations.
All right, that's all I need to know.
Very well. If there's anything else, you have my attention.
Bye.
Be sure and close the door on your way out. I feel a draft.
Okay, anything new?
Yeah, boss? Sure, I got time.
All right. She probably meant this store.
Off I go.
Coming.
Is Robot Buddy still knocked over? Yep.
This unit cannot bring you any drinks in its current state.
And we couldn't discuss anything about the groundskeeper. Okay. So now we have to pick up Lucky's trail at the Sprat Shack. You've been tasked with finding Dr. Olivia Ambrose's old journal, which contains valuable information from the days before Gorgon's downfall.
Structural damage detected. Compensating for structural damage. Error.
Okay, before we go,
Something on your mind?
let's talk the Gorgon job.
You know I've got no love for top rungers, but if Minnie's willing to pay, I say we take her money. Sure. Something on your mind?
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like.
Totally.
Something vexing you, Captain? Perhaps it's just my judicious nature, but I think we should be careful if we're following
That's
up on
nothing
this
new.
lucky fellow's message.
Maybe it's because they didn't go with me, so they have nothing new to add.
Hey, Cap. Something ain't right here, Captain. We ought to tread carefully. All this cloak and dagger for a journal? I ain't buying it.
Never mind, she has something unique to say. So, and so did Ellie. So just Vicar doesn't. You think there's something more to this?
Yeah, the whole thing stinks of a cover-up. I'm used to folks leaving their messes behind for all the colony to see. Hell, look at Monarch. So imagine what they'd actually be trying to hide. Captain, it's gonna be bad.
We're no strangers to corporate shenanigans, Nyoka.
I know. We've seen our fair share of awful in this colony, that's for damn sure. Alls I'm saying is, be careful. Something feels different about this one.
Okay. So they will have unique dialogue randomly. I'll just take the stairs. This is nearly 2 hours in. A lot of talking, man.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? Mm-hmm.
The Gorgon landing pad.
We are now in orbit above Gorgon.
Look at those stars. Don't it make you feel small in the best way?
Please be informed that emergency evacuation protocol is currently in progress.
Argo's traffic systems status is operational. Insert captain's identification cartridge to initiate remote landing, or I can hack it for 40 to disable the evacuation notice. Hi. Okay, we're not going to do a bunch of exploration. We're going to go to our destination. Oh, there's a dead body. Okay, go 1 sec. There's more. Yeah. Because we're already nearly at 2 hours. We gotta just get to where we need to get. Khalil Shakrun? Shipping and receiving. Sprat Shack. Let's do a save here. Serialized law and organization guardian. So a cop? Sublight. Van Hoffman.
Come here. Let's have a chat.
Okay.
All right, inspection time. Look at my eyes for as long as you can without blinking. Starting now.
What's this all about?
Did I stutter? Just do as I say. Good. Look up. Now look down.
You have pretty eyes.
Thank you. Got 'em from my mother. You're doing swell. Now, name and occupation.
Captain Orion, the unreliable.
Good enough for me. You're cleared to pass. That was a sanity check. If you had changed like the others, it'd be in your eyes. You'd also be drooling, cursing, and making a mess of the place. Welcome to the Sprat Shack. You can head on downstairs.
If I would have been doing all of that stuff, why would you need to stop me and have me look in your eyes? What did you mean when you said people had changed?
Every day, salvagers and scrappers set out to comb the ruins and make their fortune. The ones who come back, they aren't always the same men or women who left. They change. Never for the better.
What happens when people change?
First, they get real twitchy and paranoid, shouting at folks who aren't there. Then they smell like they soiled themselves, on account of how they soiled themselves. After that, they're gone. Nothing but animals wearing human skin. Seen it happen myself. It's never pretty.
Where exactly am I?
This is the Sprat Shack, the most remote watering hole in the system. Rule number 1, no fighting. Rule number 2, wipe your feet on the way downstairs. We're the only hospitable place on this rock. I want to keep it that way. That's why we have rule number 3. When people change, they stay outside, where they belong.
Okay, let me ask you something else.
Just don't ask me to dance.
I was seeing if there was an option, and there's not. What do you do around here?
Bouncer, bodyguard, law enforcer. I make sure the Sprat Shack gets only the highest caliber of clientele.
That's us.
Highest caliber of what? Is he talking about guns?
We get a lot of brand-loyal corporate types, and a lot of cutthroat freelancer types. Both sides have their share of dirty scoundrels. And I hate dirt.
Are you not Sublight? He's wearing the same outfit that Sublighters wear. So I just assumed he was Sublight, which are dirty scoundrels. Don't get me wrong. I love her, and I miss her. But she's mad at me because I didn't kill people for her. And that's on me. What kinds of people come to the Sprat Shack?
This is a sublight bar, so most of our regulars come to plunder the old labs. The facility's locked up behind miles of red tape, so progress is slow. A lot of time to drink and reevaluate, then venture out and try again.
So it is Sublight, and yet he doesn't like scoundrels? What do you know about Gorgon?
Something bad happened here. Spacer's Choice was developing chemicals. The kind with nasty side effects.
Can this colony have one research facility developing something without horrible, face-melting side effects? Is that so much to ask?
Marauders outnumber the rest of us 10 to 1. Either they came from Gorgon, or something draws them here. I don't know which is worse. This place is under a dark cloud, stranger. That's all I know. If you want the history of the Sprat Shack, talk to Lex behind the bar.
All right, see you around.
If you're heading downstairs, order something sweet. Any trouble I should know about? Stay cool.
Now this looks like a real dive. Hey, I wonder if they got those floorboards that creak when a stranger walks in.
Oh, ugh. This place smells like Felix's birth.
Oh, they don't, Felix. It's not creaking. Trixie.
Are you my agent on the ground?
Sorry?
I've been sent to meet a certain someone about a certain piece of merchandise. They're supposed to use a secret code phrase.
Can't help you. I'm just here to drink.
That's the code phrase. It is you.
Quiet down. You're making a scene.
And then he just looks at me.
Watch your step. Von Hoffman sees everything.
Oh, I was supposed to wipe my feet, but there's nothing to wipe my feet on.
Did you bring the payment?
I don't know. Did you bring the goods?
No payment, no goods.
Give me a taste of the goods. Just so I know I can trust you.
You can't trust me. Now, did you bring the payment?
I don't know. Did you bring the goods? Who do you work for anyway? Auntie Pete? Mary the Sprat? Hardtack Harry?
It's Mary the Sprat. But don't you go telling anyone.
You work for Mary the Sprat. I work for Mary the Sprat.
Shit. We shouldn't be seen together. This is a setup. Or a hit. Or both?
Pretend you don't know me. Just play it casual. Can I get you a drink?
The fuck? There's a lot to this story.
No one's coming. Maybe this isn't a hit.
Buy you another round?
I really shouldn't. But I'm thirsty and I got time, so fuck it.
And then they stop and look at me. Oh, is that it? Did not go far enough. Dang. Wanted to know what they were.
Quit staring. I ain't here for your entertainment. This rock ain't much to look at, but it's our rock.
Quit staring. I ain't here for your entertainment. This is a family business. Chin up. Look sharp.
Okay. Lex, a raving drunk, and Freddy.
There's a king of space. Did you know that? Space King. I may have been overserved. What was her name again? Ambrose. Could curdle milk with the glare of that woman. You're not drunk. I'm drunk.
That's facts.
You have to tell him. Zero G Brew is made of alien milk. I was here before they shut the project down. Started drinking just so I could sleep at night. I don't even remember how I got here. Fell asleep one night and woke up in a lab. Where am I anyway? This doesn't look like Byzantium. The board is gonna force everyone into pods. Sound crazy? Oh, you just wait. We'll see who's crazy.
No, dude, you're right.
What was her name again?
Okay, it's repeating.
Ambrose. Could curdle milk with the glare.
June Lei, reused model. They shouldn't do that if they're, you know, important characters to the story. Like, I'm fine with reusing random NPCs, but that's literally June Lei's model.
Welcome to the Sprat Shack. First one's on the house, and I won't even water it down. What'll it be?
I mean, I would want a whiskey. So, whiskey.
Bottoms up. I assume you're here for salvage.
Oh, I can't lie. But, actually, I came for a journal.
Can't help you there. This ain't exactly a library. Most of my regulars are sublight scavengers. They pick over the ruins of Gorgon, spend their earnings at the bar, and head back out the next day. Vicious cycle, but that's life. You're the first new face I've seen in a while.
Well, what do you know about Gorgon?
Spacer's Choice used to brew pharmaceuticals in these parts. That's why the asteroid smells like an old gym sock. They say Adrenatime came from here, just down the road at the old R&D lab. Very hush-hush back in the day.
Would any of your regulars have more information about Gorgon?
Roscoe might tell you more. He spent some time around here before the bar opened up, and I trust him well enough. There's always Leonora, my favorite customer over in the storage room on the second floor. Keeps to herself and always closes out her tab.
What's Roscoe's story?
He's been here since opening day. I think he told me he was some kind of journalist. He got left behind when Spacer's Choice pulled out. And I guess no one's coming to get him.
Oh, poor bastard. You looking out for him?
Roscoe's drinks are on the house. We all know how it feels to get left behind. He'll be all right. He's with the family now, and we take care of our own.
As I said, with Sublight is a mafia organization, and they don't acknowledge it until this DLC, that they're a mafia organization, calling themselves a family. Why'd he get left behind?
He didn't tell me, and I didn't ask. I'm his bartender, not his human resources rep. If you believe the chatter, a lot of good folks got left behind, and a lot of bad folks made it out. Sometimes that's all there is to it.
Okay, what can you tell me about Leonora?
Nice lady. Been coming around a lot these past few months. She isn't with Sublight, but seems to know the lay of the land better than anyone. She spends most of her days drinking alone. I think she's looking to hire someone. If you're open to a side gig.
Okay, well, do you know if she spoke with Lucky Montoya at all?
You know Lucky? Small asteroid. Now that you mention it, I thought I saw those two sharing stories over a pint. Didn't think twice about it. I don't speak ill of the dead, but Leonora deserves better company. That Lucky was no good for her.
So, you knew Lucky?
Lucky? Sure, I knew him. He could get a little dramatic at times, but he was a good guy. Heard he took on a dangerous job. Spent a lot of time coming and going from the Office of Creative Incubation, just down the road.
The Office of Creative Incubation? That sounds disgusting.
That's where the top rungers at Spacer's Choice came up with slogans of marketing. Lucky never told me why it was so important. Awful shame about what happened to him.
What happened to him?
You really want to hear my story? Law, most everyone around here is sick to death of it by now. Last I saw of Lucky was a few days ago. I went outside for a smoke and a stroll, and I saw this wild canid dragging a bloody limb. So I kicked the canid, scared it off.
Go on.
Get this, the canid was chewing on an honest-to-law human arm. Lucky's arm.
How did you know it belonged to Lucky?
I'm a bartender. Attention to detail is my middle name. Anyway, the arm was clutching a phonograph that mentioned someone named Alex Hawthorne. I did some poking around, and this Hawthorne has a reputation among the salvagers who frequent the bar. So I packaged up the arm nice and tidy and sent it care of the Halcyon Parcel Service. They even gave me a discount on the hazardous waste removal stamp.
Okay. Why bother sending the arm at all?
I figured Hawthorne would want to know what happened to his pal. Help Lucky get his affairs in order, you know. Oh, I hate to see people go with unfinished business.
Where was Lucky staying?
3rd floor. Once I figured he wasn't coming back to pay his tab, I left his room unlocked to air it out. You can help yourself to anything you left behind. Fair warning, I've been letting the regulars use it for a quick lie down. Just wash your hands when you're done. Trust me.
What do you mean by a quick lie down? Makes it sound like you don't mean sleeping. Well, you sleeping maybe, but a different kind. So you run this place?
Yes and no. The Sprat Shack used to be a shipping and receiving warehouse during the old Project Gorgon days. When Spacer's Choice pulled their guys off-world, Sublight moved in to salvage what we could, and they put me in charge.
So Sublight owns the Sprat Shack now?
Yes and no. Rumor has it there's a Sprat wandering around the Groundbreaker, and he's the legal owner of the Sprat Shack. Hagen's idea.
Wonder if we can find that Sprat now. No, because we have the DLC, so we would have found it if we could. Because it's already been installed, I mean. Dare I ask why a Sprat owns this bar?
See, Hagen didn't want a paper trail that led back to her, so she gave the bar to the Sprat. If there were any legal problems with this place, the Sprat would do the time.
You think a Sprat could own Edgewater? Oh, imagine one wearing Mr. Thompson's little hat!
Hey, Sprats can be real dangerous. I once saw a Sprat cross a guy off. Well, not exactly. Guy I worked with choked on a Sprat bone while he was having his usual salt tuna for lunch.
Anyway, that's what the paperwork says. I don't make the rules.
All right. It's a lot of weird stuff for them to throw in there. Parvati really wants a Sprat to wear a hat, and I'm down for that. But Reed's probably dead. We haven't been back to Edgewater to look around for him, but he's probably dead. How would you even know which Sprat is the right one?
Easy. His name's Matt. The beautiful thing is, no one could tell Matt Sprat apart from an ordinary vermin. I think that's kind of the point, to send the authorities on a wild Sprat chase.
What happens if Ethel Geibler turns him into Spratwurst? She's the woman who runs the Spratwurst shop that Felix mentioned earlier.
Never thought about that. Shit, someone could have eaten my boss. As far as business arrangements go, this one's a head scratcher, but they say it's all above board, so that's what matters.
So that's probably their way of getting out of not putting a named Sprat on Groundbreaker. You just assume it got eaten. Does Spacer's Choice mind that you're squatting in their warehouse?
Yes and no. We're doing a lot more than squatting. We're classing up the joint, keeping the riffraff outside where it belongs. They didn't even serve drinks until I arrived. Talk about wasted potential.
Okay, can you answer any question without saying yes and no? She's about to say yes and no.
Yes. And no. Again, that one was Hagen's idea. She told me that speaking in vague terms keeps you out of trouble. And I don't want any trouble in my place.
All right. How do you get supplies in and out?
Thirsty people come and go from all over the colony. Mostly on the way to somewhere better. Some are well connected. And not everyone pays with bits. That's how we get the unconventional goods anyhow. Sublight keeps us well stocked with the essentials, by which I mean booze.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Name your poison.
That's why I was checking, see if you had a unique thing. Cat's Eye Pressure Helmet. Sneak attack damage plus 25% and a hack plus 5. But this one's unique. So we're going to go ahead and get this. Perfect for quiet, sensitive, and delicate tasks. Note that lack of the word lawful.
Pace yourself. The drinks aren't going anywhere. I'll set them up. You knock them back.
Okay. Well, that one's hack, but this one's hack and is legendary. But we're going to put my stuff back on until we need our hack stuff.
The board is gonna force everyone into pods. Sound crazy? Oh, you just wait. We'll see who's crazy.
Well, there's a green Sprat. Okay. Pick up Lucky's trail at the Sprat Shack. We already got that one. Bartender told me go upstairs. That's basically what that says.
Groundbreaker never had bars this nice. They got balconies and everything.
You think the folks here like strangers? Because some of them are looking at us like maybe not.
So here's Leonora.
Jerome would have loved this place.
So she has a side quest for us. We're not going to get it. We're just going to see what she knows about Lucky.
You don't look like one of the salvagers, no? Don't really seem like the type. You've got the look of someone who's traveled far to get here and whose journey is far from over.
Okay. What makes you say that?
Confidence. The scavengers around here, they're faking it. You're the real deal. I don't know if you're bound for the old ruins, but in case you are, can you look into something? I'd do it myself, but of course, the marauders would eat me alive.
I really just want to get the Montoya dialogue, but okay. Yes.
Looking for something out there. Been paying Sublight to help me, but they haven't made much progress.
Must be valuable.
It is to me, but apparently it's junk to Sublight. My husband and I worked on Gorgon during the good times. Jerome was on maintenance duty. I cleaned out test tubes till they sparkled.
Where's Jerome now?
Nowhere good, that's for sure. In his final hours, Gorgon was a war zone. Violence broke out in the labs. The hills were full of marauders. You couldn't take a leisurely stroll without an armed escort. When the order came through to evacuate, non-essential personnel drew a lottery to see who would board the first wave of ships. Jerome won. I lost. As soon as I wasn't looking, Jerome switched our tickets and pushed me to the front of the line. I got to leave. Jerome stayed behind. I never saw him again.
It was very noble of him.
That Jerome always chose the right thing, even when it got him killed. This place is greedy. It took my Jerome, and it would have taken me too. I just want one thing back. His old hip flask. I gave it to him the day we signed our marriage contract, and he carried it wherever he went. I know it's still here.
I'll keep an eye out for it.
You'd really do that for me? Law, and I'll bet you're worth 10 of those Sublight Sprats. I don't have much, but if you help me, there's a little set aside for the occasion. Jerome used to drink with his buddies in a small kitchen opposite the maintenance shed. Might be a good place to check first.
Yeah, I want to ask you something first.
Yeah?
Did you know Lucky Montoya?
That old flirt? Yeah, I let him buy me a drink or two. He talked my ear off about exciting jobs he'd done. All lies, I'm sure. He fell asleep with his head on my shoulder. That man had baggage like you wouldn't believe. I didn't think anyone could be lonelier than me.
Did he mention anything about the Gorgon research facility?
He bragged about having the key to some sort of maintenance area in one of the old buildings. I never saw it, so I just assumed he was talking himself up. He also asked if I wanted to see something gross and slimy he kept in his room, but I declined, politely.
Never ask a woman if she wants, well, anyone, doesn't have to be a woman. Never ask anybody, especially at a bar. If they want to see something, quote, gross and slimy, you are keeping in your room. End quote. Was he depressed?
He put on quite a front, but I think he was weary. Like he'd seen too much and had too little to show for it. Guess we were kindred spirits in a way.
All right, thanks. That's all.
Sure thing. My condolences if you two were close.
We'll get the rest of her dialogue when we do her quest. Bar patron.
Why'd you want to meet here anyway?
I thought we could have some fun in the ruins. Salvaging, like old times.
I don't know, Carol. Salvage is a young man's game. I'm just a clerk now.
Maybe I should just make a video on their conversations, because that one from downstairs was actually kind of funny. There's Roscoe.
Huh, who's this now? Wonder if they could... Nah, who am I kidding?
So Roscoe has a quest for... Oh my gosh, that was creepy. Roscoe has a quest for us, but... we're not doing that at the moment. Where are we going? Oh, there's another level.
What have you got there? Adrena time, I think. I found some in an old busted crate.
You're just gonna take some drug you found in the garbage?
It's not some drug. It's Adrena time.
I don't see a label.
If it wasn't safe, it wouldn't be in a syringe.
Someone's in here. Hold on. It's coming back up again.
Yeah, I gotta just do a video on just listening to the people. Because this, I'm already over 2 hours. That dude's not dead because I can't loot him? But he's not breathing. Wait, do characters breathe? No. By the looks of it, no. Okay, which ones are interactable? List of expenses. Room and board at the Sprat Shack, 350 bits. Sport Worst. Worst, 25. OCI Key, 100. Ammunition, 50. Stogie Slims, 200. Glacial Age Whiskey, 500. I can tell you right now, ammo ain't 50 bits, bro. Theories and leads. Something strange in mines. Check it out. Note. Stay out of mines. Murderous, quote, moon man, end quote, in the canyons. Oh, a unique enemy. Probably a local legend. Canids equal yellow. Spacer's Choice logo equal yellow. Coincidence? No such thing. Persons of interest. Lots of bodies buried on Gorgon, but not many hatchets. Everyone had a grudge to bear and a finger to point. Lawrence Goodfellow, quote, oversaw, in quote, Office of Creative Incubation, genuinely oblivious or playing dumb. Olivia Ambrose, project director, lead scientist. Prickly, perfectionist. Note, do not ask Minnie about her. Killed in evacuation. Okay. Lucian Bancroft, Spacer's Choice man, real top runger. Few logged visits to Gorgon. Tensions with Ambrose. Okay. Marion Blakesley, supervisor of human inquiry and auditing. Nerves of steel, heart of ice, etc. Disappeared when things fell apart. Jasper Lowe, head of Chem Lab, exhibited increasingly erratic behavior in later years of project. Herbert St. Germain. He's a ghost. Worked at one of the facilities, vanished suddenly. Records have been scrubbed. I'm wondering if the Moon Man is her father. Okay, none of the ones on the floor are readable. Note about a key. Several whiskeys in and a few bits short last night. Gave Lex the maintenance room key while I scrounged up what's owed. Note to self, pay up and get it back before you go back to OCI. And Lucky's case notes. Day 1. Spacer's Choice may have left in a hurry, but they didn't forget to lock the doors on their way out. Most of the facilities are sealed up tighter than a top runger's safe. Time to do some digging. Day 6. Got a break today. Met a scavenger who claims to be a salesman for Spacer's Choice. Sold me a, quote, key, end quote, to the Office of Creative Incubation. Let's just say this guy's about as lucid as a Sprat in a Rizzo's factory. But I'm spending Minnie's bits, so I can afford to take a chance. Day 7. It worked. Clarence, mostly. Is that the last name? Why is the M capitalized? Whoever you are, it is. Okay, Clarence mostly. I'm drinking to you tonight. Day 10. Olivia Ambrose's office and journal ought to be in the synthesis and manufactory center. The bad news is it's sealed up and at the ass end of the canyon. The good news is I should be able to open it from the bigwig's admin terminal in OCI. Day 13. OCI is crawling with marauders, and I've got a few other leads to chase down. Could be nothing. But my gut tells me there's more to this place than a missing journal. Time to turn over a few rocks and see what crawls out. I'm leaving the OCI key in the safe. The combo is 4815. The key is the eyeball. Okay, a carefully preserved eyeball, mostly intact.
Hey, marble. Oh, wait. Nope, that's a human eyeball.
You think they stick the preservative in before or after the eye comes out?
Wow, neither of you were grossed out. And now we got to go to the Office of Creative Incubation.
What's your pleasure?
Did Lucky leave a key with you?
As a matter of fact, he did. Collateral for the bar tab he was racking up. So, I guess it's mine now. And no, you can't have it.
Oh, I can only pay for it. Is the key worth 1929 bits to you?
No. Maybe. All right, yes. Here. I don't know what it unlocks, but Lucky seemed to think it was important. I take him at his word.
All right, thanks.
Good. I've got paying customers.
So is it to your maintenance room? So that sounded unnecessarily sexual. Your maintenance room. I thought there was a maintenance room back here. That's why I said that. Now I have a key. This key is a property of Spacer's Choice Project Gorgon Division. If found, please return to the second floor of the Office of Creative Incubation, and then fine yourself 100 bits for unlawful use of security clearance. So it's just gonna make it to where I don't have to pick a lock later. Or hack a terminal. By spending bits. Pay to win, bro.
Who knew what darkness lurked in the heart of Gorgon? Captain Hawthorne and his crew were about to find out.
You think this place we're headed will tell us more about Gorgon? I wonder what they got up to here.
The lighting on you guys makes you look so weird. Okay. Wait, wasn't he missing his head?
Keep an eye out, Captain. This place don't look entirely safe.
Really, Parvati? What makes you say that? Okay. These guys are tankier.
Somebody help Harp!
Felix, why is he not
jackass!
doing anything? Felix is broken, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to take him with me. He works, but only if I force him to attack.
Everyone all right?
Crashed ship. I know there's the other corpse, but again, I'm already over 2 hours. I need to just get to the location. Sprat heads? I should also drop a save here, huh? More marauders.
Don't let up!
Here goes nothing!
These marauders are glowing pink even though they're wearing visors.
You're going down!
Why are they glowing? They are very fast. I was hoping that would get them up. But it didn't. Okay. That's one. Okay. I need to start putting them in armor. I like having their default outfits. But yeah, I need to start putting them in some armor. So, if any of you guys want to drop some armor, that would be great. A frost sore instead of a mantisaur. Okay. So reskinned enemies. Reskinned mobs. But that's just a mantisaur. No, mantisaurs I guess are green. Oh, okay. I was like, I don't see his body anywhere. A flawed exosuit. We gotta move on. Every one of them's just gonna be stacked with Adrena time. Should be picking up these weapons too. Oh, that's the Moon Man. Oh, I actually kind of like the design on that. Because it's creepy. Like, it's just creepy enough. Oh, fuck. Wait, don't I have... No, this is Thunder. Okay, I thought that was the Mantisaur thing.
Take him down!
You got it, Captain!
Buddy.
Watch this!
There sure are an awful lot of marauders on this abandoned asteroid.
Are these mantisaurs? Never seen the likes of these.
Is his unique dialogue worth me dragging around a broken character? Hello. I'm just looking for armor for Parvati. Oh, is this another?
Close call. I thought I knew the OCI backwards and forwards. The Marauders got a way of finding every nook and cranny on this rock. OCI. Fancy joint. Smells like Wentworth's and leather. A real slice of Byzantium. You don't set that up unless you're planning something big. Adrena time? Sure. But something tells me there's more to the story. Got a hunch to follow up on near the old mines. I'm leaving this here, in case I gotta come back.
Okay. So he's telling me I need to go to the mines sometime. Oh, wait.
Initiating ocular measurement.
Let's see what happens if I show my eye.
Measurement complete. Ocular identification failed. Access denied. The Office of Creative Incubation is currently experiencing a lockdown event. Initiating ocular measurement.
All right, here's the eye.
Measurement complete. Ocular identification complete. Welcome, Clarence Mostly. Access granted. Welcome to the Office of Creative Incubation. Initiating ocular measurement.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay.
Mr. Thompson told me 100 times the cannery couldn't afford spare parts for Bess. All while Spacer's Choice was building this?
Yes. Oh, there's just so much. I'm 2.5 hours, bro. WMAC messages. GIMC, Gorgon internal messaging system interface. It's not the best choice, it's the only choice. Thank you for using GIMC, your employer sanctioned messaging system. Friendly reminder, your messages are company property. Unauthorized reproduction, distribution, or deletion of GIMC content may result in early termination of your employment contract. Please select from the following options. From Goodfellow, subject reception procedure and protocol. From Goodfellow to McKay, after some deliberation, I've decided to update your standard procedure and protocol while you operate the front desk. Commit the following to memory. 1. Do greet visitors and workers with a smile. 2. Do mention Spacer's Choice brand products and services in your daily greetings. 3. Do monitor and report extended laboratory breaks. 4. Don't mention our surveillance and security system to arriving visitors. 5. Don't talk about the incident. 6. Don't let any auditors into the upper floor under any circumstances. Failure to adhere to this protocol, number 6, will result in a demerit on your permanent record. I don't mean to be harsh with you, McKay. You're part of our family, too. Regards, Lawrence Goodfellow, Management. Door lock controls. Unlock the laboratory. Personal memo, monitor and report extended laboratory breaks, management's orders. I thought they just said not to. The best idea since sliced bread, but bread is spelled wrong. Well, it's spelled the different bread. Hack 40. Unlock the showcase. Oh, there's a gun. Is that a real gun? Can I have?
They got one for Edgewater. Oh, it's just Saltuna. Come on, we got a volcano too.
Ah, the Spacer's chosen. Lousiest team that ever did swing a tossball stick.
Standard trooper armor, gold. Oh, that's good. Parvati, you needed something. Oh, that gives hack 7. I might need to take that from you. You can have this. Is that real?
Keep your aim steady and your trigger finger at the ready. Adrena time brings out the hero in you.
Show your boss that you are prime, because you take Adrena time.
Proudly located in the bloodstream of the entire Spacer's chosen tossball team. Adrena time, putting the performance in performance-enhancing drugs.
Show your boss that you are prime, because you take Adrena.
Don't let sleep rob you of your life. Cut your resting hours in half and double your productivity with Adrena time.
Show your boss that
So this is Edgewater.
because you take Adrena time.
So I thought that was a unique weapon, but I'm pretty sure it's just... It's just a machine gun. Oh, that's unique. Perfect game. It's stagger. Staring at the weapon long enough, you'd swear you can hear the roar of a stadium crowd cheering you on, hungry for more action. Who are you to disappoint the fans? 175, 492. Parvati, we can take this if you want it. A little model of little model of the thing. Edgewater. Energy canister. Might be important. Should probably save it again. Now that enemies are getting a bit more difficult. Okay, someone stuffed a bunch of stuff into the toilet. Oh, come on, video game. Really gonna do that? All these destroyed robots. All these enemies on my screen. Destroyed computer terminal. Hello. Is there a secret wall? There's an axe in that door. There's also claw marks. Felix.
My time to shine. Thank you.
Okay, I'm just gonna only look for terminals and keys and stuff. Because, yeah, it's already such a long episode. So if it's not crazy important, we'll get it later. Terminal. This is C. Mosley's terminal. Okay. To Goodfellow on the latest. Hold on. Is this a two-parter? No. On the latest test results from Human Inquiry with some additional commentary. Mr. Lawrence Goodfellow. Fortuitously, I have had the opportunity to review the latest test results from the Human Inquiry. I agree with your and the committee's general assessment that these test results are unacceptable. The latest experimental sample of adrenotime demonstrates a 15 out of 17 possible symptoms in my rubric of dangerous, lethal, or otherwise high-risk side effects. I have sent a full report to your desk, the abstract of which is as follows. Adrenotime, in its current state, fails to meet this project standards. By my calculations, adrenotime users trade short-term improvements in productivity for long-term losses in productivity. Specifically, dead workers are unproductive workers. Whenever a calculation produces an unforeseen result, it is prudent to take a look at one's numbers. Incorrect numbers lead to flawed calculations. If the HIA's calculations are sound, then their numbers, that is to say, the drugs provided by Kim Labs, must be flawed. Your esteemed colleague, Clarence. Same people. Further analysis on the fundamental problem undermining our operations with additional suggestions. Mr. Lawrence, I have not yet received your correspondence regarding my previous letter. I have only assumed you are still, to deploy a parochial colloquialism, chewing over my commentary. I have several additional insights which I have collated into an itemized list and sent to your secretary. Here's my summary. I believe the root of the problem lies in the Kim Lab. As I mentioned in my previous letter, incorrect numbers lead to flawed calculations. The problem must therefore be found in Dr. Jasper Lowe and his stewardship of the Kim Lab. Dr. Lowe is a notorious lackadaisical and careless manager, and, pardon my language, a poor scientist. Kim Lab must provide HIA with a safe, high-quality, carefully refined drug with which to conduct tests. This /dash artless high-risk formula Kim Lab has been delivering to HIA can only result in unacceptable test results. I understand that safety and high-quality development are often antithetical to the corporation strategy of Spacer's Choice, but in my life, I have found that the perspective of an outsider can be helpful. Waiting a response, Clarence. Sorry, I'm trying to read fast because, again, we're about to hit 3 hours on this one quest. Okay. To Goodfellow. Subject, encouraging words on the nature and practice of leadership with additional insights. Your response to my previous 2 letters are conspicuous. I need to slow down. By their absence, based on an analysis of your personality type, dietary habits, pattern of speech, and mode of dress, I must conclude with reasonable certainty that your silence stems from trepidation and anxiety. If I might presume to offer you some advice, cultivated after years of living in Byzantium, may I suggest that your anxiety stems merely from ignorance. Ignorance is the easiest of vices to rectify and requires only learning and heeding the advice of one's betters. Never say this to him, assuming it's supposed to be his boss. The success and failure of any project depends on the readiness of its constituent staff to perform their mandated duties. Scientists perform experiments, researchers research, managers manage. When one of these roles acts outside of its limitations, chaos is introduced into the system. Take heart. You need not fear the burden of management. The secret of good leadership is strong oversight combined with careful, fastidious, numerically driven, and scientifically supported management. The turbulence experienced by this project is emphatically not the fault of the OCI. However, it is the role and duty of the OCI to fix these problems. Ours is the only department capable of riding the ship of innovation in the waters of chaos with paternal affection. Sure. Well, I need to take a drink of water. Hold on. We also got points to spend. Okay, good. I saw those and was like, oh, and I gotta read those too. That's another terminal. Corporate commander. Whose terminal is this? Imkarama. Oh my god. From OCI Cerebral Committee to the Department of Strategy Branding, unacceptable results. The OCI Cerebral Community has hereby decided by unanimous vote that the recent test results from human inquiry and auditing are unacceptable, untenable, and unsatisfactory. This message is an informal expression of our dissatisfaction, which will be formally declared by memorandum in the near future. While the committee, it blurs, I should wait. While the committee recognizes the marketing potential of insomnia and chemical dependency, the remaining side effects described in HIA's latest report are incompatible with the OCI's vision of the Adrenatime product. Corporation auditors will expect to see a product that dramatically improves the long-term productivity of Spacer's Choice workers by reducing the need for rest and mitigating the effects of long-term melancholia. The product delivered to HIA induces psychosis, violent behavior, paranoia, and alarmingly disobedience. The OCI cannot accept a product that transforms long-term users into dissidents. The damage to our corporation image will inevitably benefit our rivals at Clio. Basically, they made cocaine. That's what Adrenotime is. From Goodfellow, telling them to relax. To my colleagues in the OCI Cerebral Committee, I share your concerns but not your alarm. In times like these, I encourage you to recall a passage from our Spacer's Choice user manual. Quote, the failures of subordinates must never become the failures of leadership. End quote. Oh, I was like, why does it say scum there? Spacer's Choice user manual, scum, chapter 2, article 14. The meaning is simplicity itself. HIA has failed to deliver acceptable results because they have failed to perform their professional obligations. My esteemed colleagues, you and I possess a number of law-given qualifications, but we have not been relegated to lab coat work. Let me reiterate, we are not test tube jockeys. We are leaders. HIA's purpose is to deliver test results. Our purpose is to deliver a quarterly report. I'd like you to reach out to Miriam Kumara, isn't that whose terminal I'm on, at Strategic Branding. Have her team clean up HIA's report, trim the fat, and tuck in its guts. Make it look presentable for our auditors. From Kumara to OCI and CC'd Goodfellow, subject data presentability and empirical hygiene. My team and I have finished reviewing HIA's latest experimental report. We believe the failure of this report is manifest in its flagrant disregard for company-approved language. To that end, we have drafted a revised report edited with language consistent with the Spacer's Choice company vision. The HIA's original report mentions clear evidence of dangerous side effects associated with using the Adrenatime product, including but not limited to paranoia, violent confusion, chemical dependence, and dissident adjacent behavior. We propose the following connotation or connotative revisions. 1. Dangerous side effects equals exciting collateral benefits. 2. Paranoia, dramatically heightened attention. 3. Violent confusion, physically assertive behavior. 4. Chemical dependence, metabolic compatibility. 5. Dissident adjacent behavior. Any mention of dissident behavior in this report may encourage dissidence. Recommend cutting this phrase entirely out of the respect of our readers. Okay. Okay. Okay, we'll hug the wall first. This one doesn't need to be read. There's a bunch of foodstuffs. They were eating up our sprat. There's another computer. This one is also signed in by C mostly. Status. Personalized security terminal. Turret status is active. Hallway status is secure. Dissident threat is minimal. Can hack 40 to reverse the intruder definitions. So now if there are turrets, they will attack the Marauders, which they should have been doing in the first place. Were they not attacking the Marauders? Did we kill this guy? I don't remember if we killed this guy. Some ammo in the toilet. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I need to stop looting all that stuff. Oh, and because we had that key, we can now enter here. It doesn't bypass anything, though. It just gives us access to a workbench.
Something caved their skulls clean in.
I hope their passing was swift.
If their skulls got caved in, I would think so. Also, how would Felix know that? Okay, they're all in there chilling at a bar. Okay.
Hey, boss! Watch this!
As long as you're in there fighting, Felix. Okay, no time to loot all that. Just look for keys, look for terminals, look for keys, look for terminals. And come back for loot later. Instructions. Inebriated procedure and protocol mandated by OCI Cerebral Committee. Feeling lethargic after a long day of creative incubation? Having trouble shooting down the bird of inspiration? Let Spacer's Choice help you steady your aim. A selection of company-approved libations are available for purchase. Medicate your creative paralysis with Spacer's Choice Zero-G Brew. Addendum. All purchases will be deducted from your pay. Spacer's Choice Zero-G Brew is the official slogan of TBD. Okay. And what did I choose? Personal files. I have to hack, so I need at least a 40. Number one, visitors logs. Number 1 is Lavinia Campos. Trouble deciding on a font for new department letterhead. Ordered 0G Brew. Lewis Wyatt wrote 12 good words today, but can't figure out what order they should be in. Ordered 3 0G Brews. Deacon North. Brainstorming ideas for a new flavor of saltuna. Ordered 1 0G Brew. Lavinia Campos, still having trouble deciding on a font, ordered 3 more 0G Brews. Okay. The colors in this place are kind of giving me a headache.
Here I come.
Yeah, you ran right out in front of me.
Got him, boss.
Oh, that's Felix.
Here I go. Tossball kick.
You got it, Captain.
Oh, good God. Try another weapon. Score 1 for Felix. Ha!
Yeah. Oh, come on, I reloaded. How many are left? Okay. That's now all the enemies in this place gone. Security notice. Were there terminals or turrets? Because nothing turned on. Notice, by order of Lawrence Goodfellow, auditorium projector room must remain sealed until further notice. Please answer any inquiries by visiting auditors with the following pre-approved message. Quote, Mr. Goodfellow is excited to inform you that our projector room is undergoing upgrades in preparation for our grand quarterly report presentation. We thank you for your patience. Please return to the reception desk and request a complimentary bottle of 0G Brew. Memos. On auditing. Subject on auditing. Dear sir and or madam, if you are reading this memo, you are the designated concierge of this auditorium. Please commit the following message to your memory when guiding auditors along our tour of our office. Quote, what is an auditorium? Spacer's Choice Manual of Definitions describes an auditorium as a quote within a quote, a place where auditing takes place, in the quote within a quote. Here, you will enjoy all the familiar low-cost, budget-friendly amenities that make Spacer's Choice the leading brand in affordable entertainment. Satisfy your posture in our semi-reclining chairs, enjoy a moderately cold bottle of 0G brew, relax as you enjoy this special presentation of the Project Gorgon Quarterly Review. Brought to you by the Office of Creative Incubation. End quote. No report this quarter. Everyone, I'm going to be blunt because I want you to understand the gravity of this situation. Someone, or several someones, sabotaged our quarterly reports. They're all gone, irrevocably damaged. The cerebral committee's putting their heads together to come up with a solution. We hope to have one before the auditors arrive. In the meantime, here's what I need you all to do. 1. Do not, under any circumstances, talk about the sabotage to anyone outside our office. 2. We have to soften the language. Studies show that repeated use of the word sabotage can incite sabotage in people who lack moral fiber. I'm not taking any chances. I need you all to come up with an alternative way of describing sabotage. Something like the incident, but not so obvious. Hey, we read about not mentioning the incident, and now we know what the incident was. Lawrence Goodfellow, management. A response to no report this quarter. We've received all of your suggestions. After much deliberation, the Cerebral Committee has unanimously voted to refer to the sabotage incident as the incident. Okay. All this stuff here I need to loot. Oh, there's more people.
Hey, can you imagine watching Terror on Monarch in this place?
Okay. So there's a hole in the wall here.
Shh.
So who smashed their heads in? Was it just marauders? I was expecting the way that Felix said it, that it was a creature of some kind.
You want some of this? Hard buddy, hold on!
Okay, anything in here? Keys? I'm not expecting unique weapons because we already got one. Ooh!
I see you now! That has to hurt.
Person was quick. Wait, where am I going? That way. So hold on. Oh! I didn't even see this ladder here. This would have bypassed a bunch of the stuff. I genuinely didn't even see it. Okay. Oh, there are turrets. Huh. Oh, wait, we saw this earlier. Yeah, okay. Archives. It's not has a name on this terminal, so memo 3 or 0312. Herbie, take a memo. Actually, hang on. Let me get a cigarette. All right, take a memo. I want to personally walk down to HIA and wrap my hands around the necks of every single law-forsaken excuse for a researcher whose indenturement contracts we were stupid enough to sign. Who signed those anyway? Were they drunk at the time? Why are we hiring researchers who can't deliver the test results we want? Am I crazy? Oh, God, this is fucking long. Am I crazy? Is this the unreasonable expectation? Is this an unreasonable expectation? Sorry, my ass hurts from sitting here for now 3 hours. Is supply and demand a foreign concept to those people, or to these people? When I request a 0G brew, I expect a moderately cold glass of something reasonably alcoholic in my hand, slapped with a Spacer's Choice brand. When I request test results, I expect to see scientifically proven, medically verified evidence that adrenatime is a miracle drug. I didn't ask for a long list of dangerous side effects. I asked for adjectives. I can't turn high rate of violent confusion into marketing copy, Herbie. What in law's name am I supposed to do with side effects include paranoia and suicide? Did the OBS just fucking glitch? Probably. HIA just screwed us with our pants on. The cerebral committee's losing their collective mind. Now I need to go pat them all on the shoulder and wipe away their sad little tears, tell them everything's going to be all right. Why are you still typing? Don't put that down. I was just rambling. Okay. 313. How long is this one? Herbie, take a memo. I'm getting real sick of Clarence Mostly. I'm getting real sick of Clarence Mostly. Remind me again why we brought him on this project. He's not part of the Spacer's Choice family. He's never been a part of the Spacer's Choice family. The Mostleys. What do they do again? Oh, yeah. They peddle furniture. I'm a manager at Halcyon's most recognizable brand name in affordable goods and services. I don't need management advice from some guy whose family designed my footstools. Actuaries should stick to actuarial work. Oh, don't go advising me to turn the screw on Jasper Lowe and those lab coats at Kim. I know what I'm doing. Hang on, I need a cigarette. Alright, where was I? Oh yeah, take a memo. We need to turn the screw on Jasper Lowe and those lab coats at Kim. I want you to draft up an official order. Tell Kim, hang on, let me think. Yeah, tell Kim they need to fire 1 in 10 researchers, and that we're slashing their deadlines in half. It's a Roman solution. We could learn a lot from them, the Romans. They pretty much invented discipline. Hack 40 Memo 0314. 4. Inaudible sake. So, for fuck's sake, is what he said. All our quarterly reports are all of them gone. Hard copies, terminal data, it's all gone. What kind of a sick, degenerate mind destroys quarterly reports? We've got a surprise audit schedule. It's not... okay. Sure. What am I supposed to show the auditors? I need to send a message down to the receptionist. No auditors allowed. And I need to talk to the committee immediately. Why are you typing, Herbie? I didn't ask you to take a fucking memo. Delete this. Hey, are you listening? I was hoping I'd have something to turn the robots off, but I didn't.
The last of him.
That door is sealed. It's a radio. So I should probably take care of you, huh?
Watch this!
Worker, prepare.
Oh, yep. I was like, one of these is going to be readable. They wouldn't put a bunch of them on one desk and not let them be readable. OCI, Cerebral Committee Minutes. The meeting began with a traditional recitation of a passage from the Spacer's Choice User Manual, followed by the regulation roll call. Every member of the Cerebral Committee was present. A motion to implement the revised guidelines on linguistic cleanliness and company-approved language was brought to the table. The motion passed unanimously. A motion to award Maryam Kumara and Lawrence Goodfellow with commendations on their permanent record was brought to the table. The motion passed unanimously. A motion to file a demerit on the permanent records of Dr. Jasper Lowe and Dr. Marion Blakesley was brought to the table. The motion passed unanimously. A motion to redact any record of derelict employees, missing employees, employee desertion, or incidents of workplace violence from official company documents was brought to the table. The motion passed unanimously. A motion to dismiss the meeting early was brought to the table by Lawrence Goodfellow in the spirit of conviviality and good humor. Motion was likewise passed unanimously. The Cerebral Committee adjourned for zero G and cigarettes. Back to basics. That's got a name on it. Oh, but it's not unique. Did I finally make it?
Shoot. This place got me feeling like I might dirty it up just by looking at it.
I finally made it. It's not even unique. So there's at least 6 different toss balls cards. Okay. Okay, the looting can happen afterwards. Flurry. That's not unique. Look at all these things. I know I said the looting would happen afterwards, but Flurry. Knockback. It's the special effect. All the special effects are the freaking same. Makes the worst winter storm look like a light drizzle. The longer it rages, the faster the weapon. Does it do ice damage? Oh, it's a weapon that just picks up speed. Okay. Hey, how is the hand? You know what? It doesn't matter. So we got 2 unique weapons at this location. Goodfellas Terminal. Admin functions. Unlock the Synthesis and Manufacturing Center. Done. Please end the quest. Oh my god, it's still going on. Synthesis and Manufacturing Center status. Alert. Executive level must be overwritten by the Chem Lab. Human Inquiry Auditing. Override Synthesis and Manufacturing Center lockdown. Overriding yada yada requires authorization from senior staff at the Chem Lab. The Human Inquiry. This quest is unnecessarily so long. It shouldn't make me have to go to all 3 in the one quest. Return to the functions, return to the menu, messages.
I knew I heard a little weasel sniffing about. You'd best go back the way you came. There's nothing for you here.
Who the hell are you?
Call me the Ghost of Gorgon, or its warden. This place is a graveyard. All that was done here should be forgotten and left to rot.
Did you just lock me out of the SMC?
I did. And I am prepared to do worse if you ignore my warning. Gorgon is the birthplace of marauders. We created them here, in this very facility. They are our misbegotten children, born of hubris and vanity.
I don't understand. They made marauders here? How?
That don't make any sense. How could marauders get to Edgewater from all the way out here?
They hold no fondness for trespassers. I've placed the facility under emergency lockdown to keep them safe. Let the marauders die in peace, or I will make certain that you die with them.
I mean, what do you mean? How did you create marauders?
Mr. Thompson used to say marauders are just folks whose spirits have been weakened by charity and laziness. You mean that wasn't true?
Back on the Groundbreaker, I heard stories. People talked about marauders roaming every corner of Halcyon. Anywhere you found people, you'd find marauders too.
They literally told us at the beginning of the game, and this is before the DLC was released, that one of the people, I think it was Reyes, mentions, Constable Reyes mentions, marauders are people who are born from taking too much adrenatime, from getting addicted to drugs. I could have swore she tells you that. Well, it doesn't change what we're here to do. We need to get that journal. Is this quest literally still going on? I need to send overrides from the other. I have to go to the other 2 facilities. Is it really gonna make me go to the other 2 facilities? Incoming messages. Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I was gonna change. No.
Thing.
Sure.
Oh my god. From Olivia. Seize all recordings. This is the highest priority. Bring them to me immediately, and for fuck's sake, don't let the journalists off the fucking asteroid. Dr. Olivia Ambrose. Okay. Read responses, and we can only start from here. To production schedule. You think you can hide from me, you little twerp? I know a serum that will make you feel as if you've lived 1,000 years in just 8 hours. How would you like to spend the night in waste processing? Ollie. Olivia is Ollie? Ollie toxin free? Oh, it's right here. Toxi free. Rebranding. Oh, that's why he calls it that, because of her. Change the fucking name, Lawrence. I don't care if the inbred simpletons at headquarters were just having a laugh. Customers don't know what it means. You may choose from the list of acceptable alternatives. Absorbitol, Shelatamax, Binditron, Emecticin. Cheers, Ollie. So Ollie Toxin Free is named after Olivia, the creator of Adrenatime. On outgoing messages. This is the one for production schedule. If you are receiving this message, I am currently unavailable. In my absence, I have instructed my secretary, Herbert Harrell, to reply to any incoming messages with a pre-approved response. Okay. This one is a response to the same thing. Dr. Ambrose, great timing. I was just sending Herbie over to your department with a preliminary production schedule. As with so much of the work we do at the OCI, the design of a production schedule is more of an art than a science. The timelines and milestones are less contractual obligation and more aspirational cartography. Sure. And this one is to the Gorgon manager's radio documentary participation. And it starts with this one first. Mr. Lawrence Goodfellow, many of you may be familiar with Odeon Pictures, Byzantium's premier purveyor of aetherwave drama and drama-adjacent entertainment. Several of my personal associates at Odeon Pictures have launched a satellite studio called Pictureless Pictures, which emphasizes radio programs and serials intended to excite the senses and palpitate the glands. I have received a request to approve a radio documentary program examining the lives and contributions of Spacer's Choice scientists operating on Gorgon. The name of this documentary is, quote, Moments with Genius, end quote. I do not approve of the superfluous exclamation point, but I approve of the general idea. Please inform the other managers lawfully, mostly. And the response was approved. Next time, allow me to make this kind of announcement myself, Mr. Mostly. Hierarchy exists for a reason. And we can now check the archived messages. It's from Ambrose about the radio documentary. This is a waste of my time. The last thing my team needs is a fleet of gadflies descending on the labs and asking stupid questions. We're months behind as it is. However, because Lucien demanded it, I will consider the program's request if the following conditions are met. Lucien guarantees me the right to review and approve the recordings. The journalists are confined to Gorgon for the duration of the project. It could be years. Make sure they understand that if they leak the details of our work to the press, I will put a hit on them myself. I know people, Lawrence. That's kind of crazy. The journalists bunk in shipping and receiving. We can't have them fraternizing with the project staff outside of their scheduled interviews. These people are our enemies, not our friends. No one will be coming down with an acute case of friendship on my watch. My team will not be held responsible for the inevitable delays this tomfoolery will cause. The only individual who will be working overtime on this is you. Understood? Cheers, Ollie. Okay, and we can hack to get the deleted messages. Production schedule. I've seen the brand manager sniffing about, Lawrence. I hope your department is gearing up for a big announcement, and mine is the only project on this fucking asteroid. Send me your intended production and release schedule immediately. And the other one was a response. The schedule you sent me must be a template or the work of an intern, because it's patently insane. We're nowhere near to hitting Lucien's proposed milestones. Branding's hopes and wishes won't magically change that, no matter what the corporation or the corporate office says. My compound is months from viable, Lawrence. It kills people. If you'd like proof, you're welcome to try it yourself. I'll even show you where to stick it. I expect to see a revised schedule before this week's out. Okay, and now we can finally unlock the elevator. I'm still not freaking done with this quest. I am still doing this quest. I'm just so exhausted. Quests should not be hours long. Okay? Quests should be one objective primarily. Like if it's short, you can do multiple objectives. But the fact is, this has been going on for 3.5 hours. And I have to go to 2 more locations. I thought this was the elevator. This is just... This is just a storage closet. With, I'm assuming those are weights. Locate facility staff using the comms tower. In order to access those, you need to send overrides. Okay. I don't have the capacity to think of what to grab. I'm hoping activating this comms tower ends the quest. So that this isn't going to be a 6-hour.
If somebody's trying to stop you, that just means you're on the right track. Didn't we see a big communication tower on the way over here?
I sure hope that spooky person on the screen ain't waiting for us. I'm about ready to jump out of my skin as it is.
Yeah. Quests shouldn't be hours long, man. I know a lot of it is because I'm talking to people, but you have to factor in conversations into the quest. I'm not running all the way back. Trying to shorten my time here. Oh my god, dude.
Don't you worry, Mr. Lucky Spirit. We're gonna finish your work and put you to rest, good and proper.
Who knew what darkness lurked in the heart of Gorgon? Captain Hawthorne and his crew were about to find out.
You already said all that. Okay. Oh, it's probably gonna tell me I can't get up there from this spot. They freaking respawned, really?
Here goes nothing. You want some of this?
Yep, this gun is way too slow to make it useful. All right, we're just going from this spot. I'm just passing through. I'm just passing through. We're probably gonna have to come back to you guys later. We ain't got the time. We don't have the time. I'm sorry. Logs. Quitting time. We've been through a lot together, old friend, but they just blared the evacuation order. Guess that's the end of Gorgon. For the record, you're my favorite comms tower in the world, the whole system. I'll never forget you. Love, Technician number 13, junior grade. Well, shit. Fancy seeing me here. The last escape shuttle left a few of us in the dust. Never seen anyone lift off in such a hurry. We scattered like roaches. It's every man and woman for themselves now. You're still up and running, I see. Looks like only one employee left with their tracker flipped on. What a rube. Signing off. For good this time. Take care of yourself, comms tower. Don't forget to stand up straight like I taught you. Best, Technician number 3, junior grade. Directory. Locate facility staff. Scanning. One found. Name, Clarence Mosley. Location, Musgrave Collection at Byzantium. Finally complete the quest. Thank you for your diligent commitment to personal tracking and surveillance. Oh my god, dude. Nearly 4 hours. A lot of it was talking. But, oh man. Okay. So much stuff I need to loot. So much stuff I need to loot, dude. So much.